Hello, everyone. I'm Emily Cabu. If I do have to run away, I am a manager at a pool right now. That's my summer job. But my background is I developed, with the help of the work group, this curriculum. And I have been teaching in the middle school level science for the last 5 years, and I'm actually moving to a high school position in this upcoming school year. So I just wanted to talk about some teacher tips that I think are big and important for this curriculum. And the big first one is that even though it's a 10-day schedule, it looks very rigid on the curriculum, it's flexible. You're able to move some things around to help to what your classroom really needs. So even though it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if one day is better for you to go outside, or it's raining, or you have, say, maybe an 8 in your classroom on one day when would be maybe beneficial for you to go outside and identify things. It's flexible, and you're able to move things around to work with your class. You're able to modify things, and don't think you're doing this curriculum and you have to do everything as it says. As we all know, with teaching, things go one way and the other, and you're able to modify. The final product of the curriculum is that poster, and there's a lot of things that can be done with that poster. When we were first creating the curriculum, we thought maybe a poster like a hard copy poster, arts and crafts, which would be great. Now that as we've gone through pandemic teaching, there's all these technology tools that you may be comfortable with, or you may want to try, or even just like a good Google slide that you're able to use to create that poster. All depends on the level of students too. Even say middle school, maybe a hard copy poster would be easier. High schoolers who are more technology adept, and maybe this could be something they can use to one day show for an application for a college if they want to go into, say, a science program. Probably most of the speakers today have talked about iMapInvasives and the prisms, and these are tools that are very, very helpful for this curriculum, but also if you like these invasive species, like studying them, sharing them with your students, there's a lot of cool things that you can do with them with the curriculum, and also just trying things out as you're going along. iMapInvasives, I've noticed that kids really like to play with the map settings on there now that it's updated, I believe, last 2 years ago, probably now. But the kids really like that, the iMapInvasives, and that they're adding to a state database. So it's not just they're creating this or collecting this data and they're going to use it in the classroom. Real life scientists are using that, and that's one thing I like to drive home with my students, that they're helping out scientists. Their information is being used. Plant ID is a big thing. I'm a plant person myself, as I'll be teaching horticulture in the fall, but teachers or individuals who are maybe not as comfortable with it, it's okay not to know all the answers or know this plant is this identification. That's why there's so many tools with that we created with the curriculum that'll be helpful for you, even if you're not the most comfortable. Lastly, last thing I'll say, and then I think we move on to questions, is that summing up at the end is really important with the students. So lessons 8 and 9 and even 10, which we added later after we created the curriculum, showing that the students that how we can manage these, that these plants aren't bad guys. We may not like them, they're taking over our native environments, but how we can manage them or how we can work with them and help our ecosystem. Ooh, I don't know what that did. I just hit a button, but I do apologize that I could not get on as video as I'm out in a pool environment, but I'm going to hand it back over to Mitchell.
Yeah, thank you so much, Emily, for being willing to talk, even though you have other things going on. So thank you so much. It was really useful to get some tips from someone who's used this in the classroom.